What's going on, everybody? Good late afternoon. We've got some injury reports. We got the Steelers and we got the Seahawks both chiming in with some injury updates. And unfortunately for the Seahawks, they've got a longer list than anticipated. So let's take a look. Corbin Smith has the latest. Please thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you're new. Click the bell for notifications. Become a channel member for $2 a month. Those are the best ways to support the channel. So let's take a look here. There is some good news. There is some positive information here. Let's start with that. Jake Bobo, full participant with the concussion, or coming off of the concussion, I should say. So, pretty good chance he's good to go. I will say concussions can be kind of funny. Concussions can be kind of weird. So, it's not a guarantee, but it's a good sign. Uchenna Nwosu, full participant with a knee injury, so that's a good sign that he's going to be able to play on Sunday. Although, again, I would say I wouldn't guarantee it because the nature of his injury is that he's going to work back kind of slowly. So I think that Nwosu is going to probably play on Sunday, but I would not guarantee it because this is definitely something we are being patient with. Also good news, Derek Young, after missing the last two practices and ultimately not playing in that game on Sunday, is limited with the hamstring. So that means he's at least moving in the right direction. That, I would say, at the very least, is a step in the right direction. Even if he doesn't play this week, he is getting closer. Okay, so that's the good stuff. Nick Emenwari did not participate. I think we all knew he had no chance of participating, and he's not going to play this week anyway, so I don't think there's much to think about there. And then we had Ernest Jones with a shoulder, Julian Love with a groin, Jaron Reed with a back injury. Those three guys all limited participation today. So that's not great, but I wouldn't worry about it. If you're limited on Wednesday, you're almost definitely going to be good to go on game day. And a lot of the time, these guys, these veterans especially, and certainly Jaron Reed and Julian Love and Ernest Jones are veterans at this point, they just kind of get put on the injury list with some very minor consideration so they can have a relaxed day of practice, because those are not guys that need to be going at 100 miles an hour every single practice. So that stuff is all fine. I would definitely appreciate it if those guys moved in the right direction tomorrow or Friday. But that is not really something worth your concern right now. What is worth your concern, and this is the one thing here that really kind of stands out like a sore thumb, other than Emenwari, of course, which we already knew, Devin Witherspoon did not participate. So that's not something we need to be dealing with. We've already lost Emenwari. Woolen just played the worst game of his career. We do not need to be dealing with this. We do not need anything to do with this. I don't like anything about this at all. Knee injury, we don't know the nature of it. We don't know exactly if it happened during the game or if it's something they noticed after the game. It could be precautionary because it is Wednesday. I'm not panicking yet, but I definitely don't like seeing this. This is not what I needed to see on my Wednesday participation report. Really hoping that things are okay here. Really hoping that he'll be fine. We're going to have enough of an uphill battle on Sunday without Witherspoon. So, quite frankly, that is the one thing that really kind of alarms me on this injury report, because everything else I kind of expected. But that is a big deal. Before I go any further into this, I want to tell you a little bit about my friends over at Sleeper. Have you heard about the Sleeper app? It is the best way to experience and connect over sports together with other users. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. Go download the app now. You can celebrate and chat on games in real time with others. You can get the fastest scores, news, and alerts, all that right at your fingertips. And of course, you can play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. So you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be, together. Download the #1 sports app today. And when you go, use promo code SBN, that is SBN, and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. So check out Sleeper today. Don't forget promo code SBN. I know people are being kind of hard on Witherspoon right now. I know that there have been a lot of people who have been critical of him, and I kind of understand why. I think some of it's overblown, but we certainly need him, especially at a time like this, especially right now with the problems we're having with other players playing that position. So the Steelers side of things is right here. I got this picture from my Discord. And you can see it's not super long, but there are some notable players listed here. Although the two most notable, I don't think there's anything to worry about there. We had TJ Watt, resting veteran, so nothing there. And Cameron Hayward, also resting veteran, was limited. I would certainly expect both those guys to play. Although I guess Cameron Hayward isn't the happiest person on the planet right now. Does seem like he's going to play. Now, one thing that's interesting here is that Tomlin has already come out and basically declared a few players out. And there is going to be some impact there for sure. Derek Harmon has already been declared out by Tomlin, more or less. Deshaun Elliott has been declared out, and so is Harrison. And I think that there is certainly going to be something lost there for whatever it's worth. Harmon was listed as a DNP today, so was Elliott. And sorry, let me make sure I got the names right here. Let me check my list here. Yeah, Harrison. Harrison's not even listed here, so I think they're already basically saying that he's not going to be able to play this week. So those three guys, we don't have to worry too much about them. But Joey Porter Jr., who was a DNP today with a hamstring, they're saying that he's probably going to be able to play on Sunday, or at least there's optimism. And that would be a pretty big get for them. That would be a pretty big improvement for their player set. Nick Herbig, who is one of their backup pass rushers, is limited with the hamstring injury. But if you're limited on Wednesday, usually you can play by Sunday. Calvin Anderson, who I don't believe is a starter for them. I don't think he is. He's sick, so he should be fine by game day. It's very rare that a player is sick on Wednesday and they're still so sick on Sunday they can't even play. So for whatever that's worth, I don't think there's any real concern there for Mr. Anderson. So they've got issues, they've got their own problems, right? Derek Harmon's their top rookie. Derek Harmon's an important player for them, but they look like they've got enough to get through it. They look like they've got enough to survive. And again, it's an uphill battle. It is. It's just that simple. So there's the injury report on both sides. We'll do another video on this tomorrow and see how things progress. We'll get a much better idea of who's actually going to be able to play tomorrow. But that is the early indication. So hoping for the best on Witherspoon. And everything else seems more or less in line with expectations. All right. Have a great rest of your night. There will be one more video later today. I owe you guys one more college football video. So keep an eye out for that later tonight. I wasn't able to record it early enough to get it up at the normal time. And yeah, that's it. Go Hawks.